So that's why it's the Fed, the European Central Bank, the Japanese Central Bank, Bank of England. They don't like crypto. That's important to understand.
I'm more afraid of Fed coin than anything else. It'll totally be central control of the economy and our lives. They'll monitor everything we do by how we spend our money. Our freedom will be gone. Right now, it makes sense to get out of the reach of the Fed and the Treasury. Fed coin is one more step into fascism. With this blockchain, they can track everything. They can track everything now.
What you're talking about is these Bitcoin, which I have tremendous respect for them. I understand it. We have the enemy in common. It's called the Fed, Treasury, teachers unions, and government, and the banks. The big challenge is this, as you know. If it goes to Fed coin or Euro coin or Yuan coin, the banking system's finished because it's going to be pure Marxist, that the currency will be controlled through Fed coin. They will know everything you do, say, teach. Here I am, I borrowed $160 million. Where did the $160 million come from? Nowhere. I sat down, I said, here's my project. I said, this is how much money I need. I offloaded it to all my investors. And then the bank loaned me $160 million. So we had to come up with $42 million. So I got $42 million from my investors. The bank, voila, magically creates another $140 million. I don't know, but the numbers just boggle me. And I pay no taxes. That's capitalism at its finest. That's the mechanism as of today. If it goes to Fed coin or Euro coin or Yuan coin, those banks are toast. And they're going to be able to trace everything you spend your money on and all this. So what does that mean? I'm looking into the future. I'm accumulating as much gold, silver, and Bitcoin, preparing for the day.
Good morning, crypto family. As you guys heard, once that Fed coin comes out, it's a wrap. If you're not investing into cryptocurrency now, in a couple of months, way before the Fed coin come out, it's going to be crazy. But if you're investing into cryptocurrency at this moment, you are going to be safe. What I mean by safe is you're investing into digital currencies that has real utility. Now, this guy here, a billionaire, he says, billionaire Stan Druckenmiller discusses cryptocurrency having a big role in a renaissance. People aren't going to trust central banks, in which we don't trust the central banks because they want to control everything. They want to tax everything. We don't want that. So he's saying this, referencing the news of the Bank of England buying 65 billion pounds of UK bonds. He said, if things get really bad and other central banks take similar action in the next 2 or 3 years, I could see cryptocurrency having a big role in a renaissance because people just aren't going to trust the central banks. Instead, they want to tax people. They want to see what you're spending on. Why do that? Why do that? Why take assistance from the government? You know how people say, well, if the government's giving out these free grants and everything, you need to go ahead and take them. But they got you all your information. They want you to take this because they feel like you need them. We don't need the government. This is why we learn financial literacy, knowing the new asset class of wealth, which is digital assets. All right. So he was like, however, he revealed that he does not own any Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies, adding, it's tough for me to own anything like that with central banks tightening. Now, come on. If he's saying that, he believed that cryptocurrency is going to have a big role, what makes you think he doesn't own cryptocurrency? Billionaires wants to stay ahead of everybody, to stay wealthy, to stay rich, okay? Just because we are average working citizen Americans does not mean we cannot stay ahead of other people as well. Okay, just because we're not billionaires, we will become billionaires because we are investing and gaining knowledge from digital assets. All right. Focusing on the U.S. economy, Druckenmiller stressed that the Federal Reserve was taking unbelievable risks. He emphasized, we're taking this massive gamble. where you threaten 40 years of credibility with inflation, and you're blowing up the wildest raging asset bubble I've ever seen, asserting the Fed was wrong. They made a big mistake. Family, you guys got to pay attention of what's going on. I'm showing you all these articles that is happening around the world and why you should invest in digital assets. Just because it does not matter about the prices. Remember that. It does not matter about the prices. Are you dollar cost averaging of what you buy in these digital assets? You want to be ahead of the game. You want to be ahead of United States, these governments, the world leaders. You see, back in 2017, when everything happened, people started accumulating digital assets. You've seen how crypto was in the crypto bowl with the Super Bowl. Come on, fam. China tells state banks to prepare for a massive dollar dump and yuan buying spree as Beijing prior interventions have failed to stem its currency. Worst year since 1994, family. You need to buy digital assets. Our dollar is not holding. It is not holding. Why do you think they're going on the spree or trying to go on the spree with the yuan? They're doing as much as they can to get rid of paper money. They're trying to get rid of paper money. You get rid of that, you're accumulating digital assets, family. You forgot when China did that lottery with digital assets and they were giving it to the people, the Chinese citizens around their country, and they were able to spend on anything they wanted, but they had a limited time of spending it. And if they didn't spend all of their digital assets, not of what they bought, but what they have received from the Chinese government, then it will be taken away and go back to them. So the world is preparing that cryptocurrency is a new currency of this class of wealth. Now, the Fed may help crypto through the great pause, which we already know we call it the recession. Now, what makes you think the Fed wants to help crypto? Okay. Now, they're already coming out with Fed coin. You heard what Robert Kiyosaki was talking about. Once that Fed coin come out, hey, he's already prepared because he already bought gold, silver, and Bitcoin. He's not going to tell you all these other assets, but he's just saying Bitcoin in particular. Family, you need to pay attention. The Fed has been in the news quite a bit as late at the end of August, the agency stirred controversy when Jerome Powell gave a 5-minute speech talking about more rate hikes. Naturally, crypto fans throughout America got extremely worried about what could happen to their assets, which have been falling in price thanks to ongoing rate hikes from the Fed. No, we are not worried. I'm not worried about the hikes and everything else. No, because I know our assets is going to have a lot more value than it has today, family. So now let me go ahead and go back to Dogelon Mars right quick. As you guys see, we're down by 0.57%, but it does not matter. You can only blame yourself that you couldn't buy these prices right here. Once you see we eat up 4 zeros, I'm talking about once we gain the 5 zeros and we eat these 4 zeros, you can only blame yourself. Again, with Yeti coin, let me show you the prices with that. We're down 15%. Now, if you guys are like family, the assets that I am showing you has real utility. Real utility. You need to accumulate dollar cost average. Here we go with Terra Classic. It's up by 10%. Don't you think it's easy to touch 10 cents? Are you guys not understanding that we could touch 10 cents like it's nothing? And with this whole arrest thing for Do Kwon, they only want his Bitcoin. But they're thinking his Terra Classic is not going to be, it's going to be worthless, which is not. It's not. Every creator has a plan. Every creator has a plan. They know what they're doing when it happens. And just like XRP, baby, up by 8%, 48 cents. Family, once this lawsuit is settled, you guys are going to see XRP shooting up in price. You're going to see XRP shooting up in prices. And for people that have been accumulating XRP as well, you guys are the one percenters. People who have been investing into Dogelon Mars, we're definitely the one percenters because there's a lot of people who don't believe. And there's only a certain percent of people that's going to become wealthy because they took risk. They took risks when others were scared to. So, family, you got to stay bullish. Know that Crypto Brown is here. Just know that I invested in these assets that you see that I show you guys. So, when you feel like you're going down and you feel depressed, hey, I'm putting these videos out. Just know that in all the assets that I haven't spoke about, I still invest in them. I still hold. I don't worry. I don't get depressed. I keep on accumulating. I keep on accumulating, baby, because I seen how these markets go. It's like a roller coaster. You can't let the markets run your mind. You can't do it. So once again, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for subscribing, and I'll see you guys again in the next video.